What's up, fuckers? I'm feeling hella euphoric. I want to talk about mental health because I feel like I have a lot of experience, me myself, and through observing others. Let's dive into it right now. Okay, I'm going to talk about my experience. So, this is what I'm going to say, right? I'm going to boil it down to its simplest form. The more unnatural you are, the more unnatural things you're doing, the more natural things you're eating, the more natural you are, the more mental health problems you're going to have, the less happiness you're going to have, the more sadness, the more anxiety, and the more worry. The more natural you are, what you do, how you eat, how you act, how you talk, how you live, you yourself, the more natural you are, the happier you are, and the more free of worry and anxiety and depression and all of that stuff and trauma you are. So when I was 14, I was in school, and for about 2 whole years I was vaping, I was doing drugs, I was eating frozen food, wasn't sleeping properly, had insomnia, anxiety, paranoia, worried, OCD, ADHD, the whole list spans on. And I was very unnatural, very, very unnatural. I stayed for about 2 years in school while my brain was developing. I did cook myself, boys. I could have been a lot taller, could have been a lot more handsome, could have been a lot more just me if I just did not do them stupid ass. I was malnourished. Oh my god, dude. Let's not even talk about it. But let's talk about it. So 15 exponential graph. I'll put it on right now. It goes like whoop. I'll put a picture on. That bottom of the graph was my life before I changed. So I was about 15. I hit the absolute lowest point I possibly could, and from then I changed. So what about me changed? Why am I so happy? Why am I so different? Why am I an entire new person to who I was? So how I was living before, as I said, I wasn't sleeping properly, no food, no friends. Well, I had friends, but they were not good friends at all. I'd do all the shitty things, like honestly, I was a very, very bad person, okay? Very bad. But how did I change? How did the graph go? From this, a rapid decline to a freaking major, freaking incline. So the simplest thing was I went from doing unnatural things to natural things. Quit drugs was the first. So let's use this like kind of metaphor. So imagine there's like kind of weights on my back, or just something that's pulling me down, and it's pulling me down deeply, and it feels like I'm stuck, and it's also giving me like mental effects. So it's like giving me bad mood, tiredness, fatigue, anxiety, all that stuff that I thought I had. So I first started by waking up one day and just thinking, I can't live like this. I'm gonna die. What am I doing? If you need that shake right now, please let me be your shake. I would love to help you out, because it is so bad, it is so lonely. I remember the feeling, I remember how awful I felt, I remember my thoughts at the time, and holy shit, dude, complete contrast to what I am now. So first started by quitting drugs. It was the first unnatural thing I cut out. So that weight that we talked about, that's gone. Okay, so I quit them, and oh my god, my sleep immediately came back. That's another way gone. Drug, sleep, vapes, quit vapes, another one gone. My mood and my emotions and my senses came back. My smell was gone for quite a bit, but it eventually came back. That's another one gone. I'm slowly returning to this natural state of where I was meant to be, of this all this man-made stuff was causing me this mental health. And as soon as I started removing all this man-made stuff that I was this information I was brought up with, immediately my mood just rise. Yeah. After vapes, it was my friends actually. So I had very, very bad friends, genuinely, and I got rid of them slowly, and it wasn't hard. Maybe for you guys it might be hard, but for me it was not hard because it really had ruined my life. I could see that it was them, so I removed them. I found myself 3 new friends, and they know who they are. Shout out them 3. Alex, Freddie, Lucas, shout them out. I found them. There's another one. So slowly just removing these unnatural things. Friends, they introduced me to the gym. Now, although the gym is unnatural, it is not as bad as it was kind of like the gateway for me to get into self-improvement. So the gym tossed what else, I was literally doing like nothing. I was like doom scrolling. So the gym, doom scrolling, boom, another unnatural thing gone. The gym led me to self-improvement, and that's the current present time right now. So the gym then led me to diet, boom, instead of frozen foods it's now whole foods. Then diet led me to lifestyle, so like better sleep, boom, overall just walks and like just getting out, seeing nature outside, socializing properly, talking to people, and all of this, just I kept just doing that, and it kept taking everything off me, and now I'm just like me. I'm my natural self, just the natural me who I was always meant to be, you know. And I'm a complete contrast. Before I was like couldn't talk to anyone, but now I can. Just all them different things I can now do, and it's crazy. It actually is crazy how much it changed my life by just simply cutting out all these natural things. But that's not where it stops. After leaving school, we had 10 weeks off, and in that 10 weeks I achieved peak happiness, complete freedom. I was free of absolutely everything. I was jumping in. I'll play, you know what, I'll just play the freaking clip. Roll the clips, I'll play it right here.
What is the fun pill? What do I mean by fun maxing? What does this even mean? I fly with you.
So yeah, completely indulging in nature and what it has to offer. Just living life how it was meant to be lived, instead of this man-made way. And then the 10 weeks finish, and I get a fucking job, and it genuinely ruins my mental health. So I got a job, and it's in a town, a very grey, dull, poor town, filled with very, very bad people, very, very bad thoughts, and this 10 weeks freedom I had, this peak happiness and euphoria, immediately came crashing down as soon as I went to that work. I worked there for ages, well not for ages, for a couple of months, and it completely ruined my mental health. The stuff started to come back, the anger, there's like, so the stuff started to come back, the sadness of like waking up, and the sleep getting ruined, and my diet kind of getting ruined, and I can't do the things I love. I can't go on walks and go on nature and do stuff I love. I can't see my friends and socialise properly. I have to socialise with these people who think I'm freaking crazy when I'm not crazy. I'm just trying to like help them, but they're not letting me help them, and blah blah blah. And it's all of this turned into anger, and then it, like, I was just thinking it's all futile, it's pointless, and all this was just like, I was just all over the place. And yeah, obviously work is unnatural. Nobody wants to work. Where I was working was extremely unnatural. The environment that I was spending the majority of my time was super unnatural. Now that's gone, and I'm back to the natural way. Everything around me is natural, more natural. Obviously it's not fully natural, I'm still in a house, but more natural at least. And holy shit, I would not have it any other way. This is how I want it. But of course it cannot be that way, unfortunately. I will try to find a better job. But hopefully I can start making some freaking passive income off something. I hope I can bring a skill to like make money off, because working really does just affect your mental health very badly, and I can see why the majority of people nowadays have mental issues. A lot of people probably don't admit to it, but the people who do, respect, because I don't think the percentage and the graphs are correct. I think a lot of people are mentally ill and mentally suffering silently, very bad. And I was just thinking, like, I've went from an absolute bottom tier, low tier thug, fucking bum ass, fucking slave, to a top tier slave. Yeah, but you know what I'm trying to say. I went from like this absolute very, very bad life, very bad quality of life, to a very good quality of life, and my mood has completely changed. My thoughts about living have completely changed. And if I can do this, why can't I now bring this to other people? Because what I'm experiencing now, the world around me, and what I'm doing with my life now is so beautiful. It genuinely makes me so grateful, and this gratefulness gives me so much energy throughout my days to just bring it on other people, and I enjoy bringing it to other people. I frequently talk to people about my ideas and my views, and the people who don't listen, it kind of does annoy me when they don't listen, and they take me as a fool. But the ones who do listen, the individuals that do listen, always benefit from me. And when I see this change and me benefiting them, I'm like, holy shit, this is what I want to be doing. And if I can actually like do something with this and it become bigger and large scale, and I'm just genuinely helping people out. I mean, like, as a man, like, a man just wants to leave a mark on this earth, really wants to build and create something. And if I can create that, holy shit, that would be a dream of mine. And I'm trying to make it right now by making these terrible YouTube videos. Maybe they're not the best quality, but it is step one. Maybe I'll create a company one time that will absolutely just freaking get the mass and make them all happy again, to the natural state. But yeah, so that's my experience with mental health, and that is my views on it. Now, observation. By observation, I mean looking at other people physically and mentally. This is while I was working. Though everybody there was super nice, I'm super grateful for them, thankful for meeting them. They're obviously great people, but in the workplace it taught me a lot. So the people I was talking to were very nice to me, treated me very kindly. It was around Christmas time that I worked, and a lot of people tend to act happy and have this persona and try to have this energy that they don't have. It's like it puts them in energy debt, honestly. They try to have this energy and they try to have this happiness, but I've seen right through it, and just trying to see them like fake this natural state they're meant to be in was very saddening to me. And this is actually this is what kind of made me want to freaking help people out, because it is sad. I mean, a lot of people are suffering without even knowing it or knowing it and just hiding it. Yeah, so there was a lot of like fakeness and a lot of tension around the area. The energy was absolutely really bad, and the environment was also very bad. Of course there was nice people there. That there was actually one who listened to me. Shout out, I'm not going to say his name, but shout him out. And unfortunately he still works there, which might be a good thing short term, but it's definitely not a good thing long term. I kind of woke him up a bit, I kind of shook him, so hopefully he realises that that's not the end. Job security isn't a thing. You should not feel uncomfortable for leaving a job. You should not feel comfortable at a job because it's unnatural. Yeah. So moving on, work pretends to care about mental health. It offers support. This is copium. They are the problem. Maybe there is other things going on, but they are also the problem. They're offering this mental health and this guidance to keep you just above the level to work, just for you to work for them. They don't care. I'm sorry, they don't care. They are the problem, to simply put it. I'm going to quickly move on from that before I get sniped through this window. Work itself is physically tiring, and you can actually see this on a lot of the people who have worked there for a long time. This unnatural state of face, very kind of, it kind of just shows the pain, the physical alongside the mental pain. Now a lot of these people might not understand or truly see that they are actually suffering. And that's crazy, because that just goes to show how well the system works. Yeah. And something that's also crazy is the people I was talking to, a lot of them who were making the money did not have that money anymore, and that was crazy to me. We were earning quite a bit of money, especially for our ages, and it just was gone. And then when I asked them, you know, I asked multiple people, it wasn't just one, where did all this money go? I don't even know, I couldn't even tell you. Whoa. Whoa. Before work, I didn't even know people thought like that. I did not know people did that. Yeah. Yeah. Full stop on that one. I also want to talk about, oh no, I talked about that. I've already spoken about that. I'm going to check out this video right here. I'll put this video on screen. I already talked about it in that video. Yeah. What else is there? Yeah. Work kind of just, it gets in your way. I mean, you stop doing the things you like. I had to reduce the gym, reduce jiu-jitsu, reduce time, doing things with my friends, doing things with my family, seeing my family, talking to my family. I was out the house all the freaking time, bro, for no reason. And this made me very sad and angry. It also disrupts your diet. I had to meal prep, but a lot of people do not have time to meal prep. I'm very lucky I have time to meal prep, but a lot of people don't. And the closest thing was a KFC. The closest thing was a KFC. So if you do not meal prep, you either starve or be unhealthy. And that's the sad truth. Work kind of forces these bad habits onto you. Sleep. Why do they need us up so early? Why are we waking up before the sun? What are we doing, man? What are we doing? Why do they need us up so early? Sleep is a big thing, and that's probably one of the reasons why I nearly went insane. Well, I didn't really. I think that was exaggeration, but you know what I'm trying to say. I was waking up early, barely getting any sleep. I was literally going to bed at like 9 o'clock and still being tired the next morning. And I didn't want to go to bed at 9 o'clock because I'd finished work like 3 hours ago. You know what I mean? Like, you want time to yourself, but you don't get that, and you must work for them. Anyway, so yeah. Also, another thing, a lot of the people that I was working with were totally blinded to they were just totally blind, and they were totally lost, and I tried to help them, and then they made fun of me. It's like when you try freaking, I don't even know, bro. I don't even know what to say on that one. I'm just gonna leave that one there. I don't know what to say. Yeah. So all these unnatural things is making everybody sad and clueless. Return to nature. Be happy. And thank you guys for watching. Please, even if you disagree with my opinion, please try that shit out. I promise you won't regret it. I know it sounds very silly at first, and to be honest, there was a lot of times where I thought it was very silly, and I was criticising it myself and criticising these things that I'm currently doing now, and I was like, that's never going to work. What the fuck, bro? What the fuck? You're the one that's brainwashed, not me. But try this shit out. Just be open-minded, guys, and do stuff and try it out. Let me know in the comments. Actually, subscribe. Let me know in the comments. Let me know in the comments your views, because I'm very interested. I'm very open-minded to listen to your views. I actually care about being right. So if I'm trying to help someone and I'm giving them the wrong advice, that is not good. I need to be giving everybody the best advice ever, from my experience, from observation, from learning, from studying, etc. So thank you guys. See ya.